joining in here. So I'm actually simultaneously doing this across 3 different screens. So hopefully everyone can hear me okay. If you're watching this on recording or watching this as a recording or later on, please let us know if you have any questions. We definitely love to get all your questions answered and get all those into us. Team at Option Alpha is the best place to do this. What we're going to be doing today is going to be going over our last kind of live Q&A stream here for everything that we're doing on the new auto trading platform and for Elite Lifetime memberships. So I think we have our team properly dispersed pretty much everywhere. So some of our team is in YouTube right now. That's you guys. Some of our team is in Facebook. That's you guys. Some of our team's in Instagram. That's you people right here. So if you have questions and you want to get them in here, I'm just going to go back and forth on all the different social media platforms. Wherever you are watching this right now, please let us know what questions you have on the new auto trading platform or Elite Lifetime membership. Any one of those would work. If I don't get your question, if I miss it, if I jump over it or something happens, just shoot us an email, team at Option Alpha. That is the best place to do this, to get your questions answered. So you can start populating those questions in here. I do have some questions that people generally have, so I'll go through those first right off the bat. And it's just kind of weird, actually. It's like seeing my face in 3 different screens. It's actually kind of freaking me out. So anyways, I'll try to just focus on one screen and go from there. So a couple questions that people had right off the bat. Brokers, so that's the biggest question right now. So let me give you an update on the brokers. We obviously have TD Ameritrade and Thinkorswim on and updated and ready to go. That's the first major broker integration that we have. Second one that we'll have rolling out is going to be probably the TradeStation integration, which does allow us to go out to about 120 countries around the world. So if you're in Australia or in Mexico or Germany or France or Italy or a bunch of other places out across the world, then your best bet is probably going to be for TradeStation. We also do have a signed agreement with Tradier, so that'll be good. We'll be rolling that out in the future as well. The other broker that we don't yet have signed, and I've actually been emailing back and forth with them last week, so they sent over a version. We have to review it, and we have to send back a version to them, is Tastyworks. So we are deep in the process with them. We don't officially have that agreement signed yet. I wish we had that agreement signed at this particular stage, but we don't yet, although I'm pretty hopeful that it will happen. I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but they're pretty hopeful that's going to happen too. So we just got to get over those hurdles. And then we should be good to go with Tastyworks whenever they get their API out. So I don't think that they expect actually to get their API and integration actually out probably till Q1 of next year, sometime around there. So once they get their API out, then we'll start working on our end. But the goal would be to have it there at some point in the future. If you are in Canada, that's probably going to be your best bet as well, is to really hope and push that they are, that they release the ability for people in Canada to join Tastyworks. I think that's the goal for sometime around Q1 as well. But that's going to be our process there. So another quick update. So this week, and we announced this on email just the other day, but we officially are patent pending on the technology platform as well, which is super, super exciting. It took a long time and a lot of processes to go through to get patent pending. That was one of the things that we really wanted to get in place before anyone got access. So we'll start that rolling out of access here very soon, but we want to get patent pending. We had to do some more compliance stuff with getting all the data providers and feeds updated for tracking people and users and stuff like that, because we got to track all you guys and like what quotes you see and how many times you see them a month. So it's kind of crazy on that end. But we did get patent pending we did that on Wednesday. We got patent pending, so that was great. So we were kind of waiting for that, and which was awesome. Any other questions you guys have, just start putting them in there. The patent pending thing is really cool because, here's the thing I think about with that is like what we submitted the patent for and are patent pending for after doing all the searching and stuff like that is we have or submitting a patent pending for a graphical interface that does algorithms for triggering events. So it's not even just for options trading. It's just using options trading as kind of like the frontline basis, but actually the whole patent is actually submitted for not specifically for options trading, which is kind of cool, but it's basically the whole automation builder and how it rewrites the algorithm on the back end. So fun. All right, cool. Some bunch of people in here are like, do you know if there's a global conspiracy right now? All right, congrats on patent pending. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. TradeStation Global or securities. So if you do go in, so somebody had a question, if you guys sign up for TradeStation Global or securities, just go to optionalpha.com/TradeStation. That's the best way to get there. It's not the global one, because the global one is like their integration through Interactive Brokers, which can also work for you personally, but not for auto trading on our end. So, yo, what's up, John? How you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, good. Let me know what questions you guys have. I'm gonna try to bounce back and forth on everything. We're still on schedule for the new website and all the bots release. Yep, indeed we are. Let me know if you guys have questions in here. I'm trying to throw them in here. Somebody said, how many members do you have for the new platform? So there's thousands upon thousands who have already joined that'll get lifetime access. And then we got about 250,000 members in Option Alpha, but the people who have joined, thousands upon thousands. Last time we did this, last month when the price went up, we literally had so many people join the last hour, 2 hours. So don't wait, please don't wait. Someone asked in here, is it IRA friendly? So yes, you can trade through your IRA. We don't make any distinction on our end for your IRA, but it's all about your particular brokerage account and your options trading approval level. So that would be the first thing if it's IRA friendly. But then you can make any of the trades risk defined. In fact, that's how all of them are going to start to begin with, is do risk defined for everything. And then you can just make a bot trade for each particular type of account that you have. You can have one bot trading for your IRA. You can have one bot trading for your margin account. You can do a bunch of bots in paper. It really is up to you kind of how you want to do that. All right, I'll bounce back and forth here a number of times here just to see if I can get everyone. Can you do options writer or buyer? This question coming in from Instagram over here. You can do either one. So we don't really care if you're option seller, option buyer. You could be long option trader. You can be stock trader. You can short sell stock, long sell stock, anything you want to do there. Congrats. Thank you. Appreciate it. Somebody said, I believe that you mentioned that I will have to acknowledge all the auto trades manually. No, you won't have to acknowledge all the trades manually. You just have to put in a certain number of criteria when you start your bot or when you clone over a new bot for the first time. So there's a couple little things you got to do for compliance. Like you got to put in your tickers. You have to turn on the automations. You have to decide on pricing and strikes and strategies, like stuff like that. So if it's already in there and you start it and you set it up and you then turn on the automation, it'll go by itself. You don't have to approve all the trades that go through, not even close, but you do have to do those couple things to kind of set up the position as you start. Does that make sense? All right, cool. Okay. You guys can ban all these other people in here that are like, do you know there's a government conspiracy? Apparently we get spammed about government conspiracies in YouTube. Watching the masterclass recording the other day, has anything significantly changed in those sessions? No, I think those are good sessions. I think those were fun sessions to do. We'll probably do some more masterclasses like that in the future once we kind of learn a little bit more about what people are doing. But no, those are good sessions. Can you offer a more firm date when access will begin? Seems we have next week or so very soon. No, we can't offer a firm date on that because we don't know when you'll specifically get access because we're going to roll it out in groups, obviously. But that's the trade-off for joining Lifetime. So like I've always told people, like the trade-off for joining Lifetime for us personally is you get a ridiculously good deal and you get lifetime access. We don't charge you monthly or annual moving forward. And in exchange, you are a little bit patient and flexible in the rollout process because that could happen very quickly as we get people in, everything's humming along. It could happen a little bit slower where the first couple groups have things that we have to change or add features that people want or need. And then the rollout happens slower. So in either case, you guys will get in due time and obviously well before that February 1st date. Current pricing for joining. So, and then I'll jump back to YouTube and Instagram. Actually, I don't even know which one's which anymore. So the only pricing that we have is $2,500 for lifetime access. You can split that up into payments if you want to. So you can do a 2-pay, a 3-pay, a 4-pay. It doesn't change the pricing, it doesn't increase or reduce the pricing, it doesn't matter. It just gives you the ability to do different pricing if you want to do different pricing. So we do give you that choice, but that is it. After December 1st, lifetime goes away forever, never to be seen again, ever. Someone asked a question. So I linked my TD accounts, but I don't see them in my TOS platform. Some are IRAs. How do we link them? So if you don't see them on your TOS platform, it's because they're not linked. So I would call TD and try to get them linked together into one login. As long as you have all of your accounts under the same one login, then you should be good to go. You should be good to go on that, okay? All right, I'll come back over here. Let me go pop into Facebook. 100 bots for elite lifetime members. Yep, correct. You got 100 bots. Does the platform offer paper trading? Yes. So this is really cool. We do not require any direct connection to a broker to do paper trading. So you can sign up and do paper trading. You can use all of our technology. We pay for our own data feeds. It doesn't require a broker connection to do paper trading. And I think that's really cool that you can do that. You can also run all your bots in paper. You should run all your bots in paper at first until you understand how it works and kind of what's going on. And then you can turn on any bots you want into live. But everyone's going to start out in paper just so that they understand what the flow is and how everything kind of works. Yep. All right, cool. Let me jump over here to Instagram. Do you recommend learning how to build bots, or is it okay just to clone strategies? I mean, look, I would think that what you should do is you should probably learn how to build bots, right? Cloning strategies is a great way to start, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to start with a baseline template. And so we're building out a bunch of those baseline templates that you can use. But to start working with the bots and understanding how they work and building out even very simple ones, go through a couple of the demos, watch a couple of the demo replays, you'll see that it's not incredibly hard by any stretch. We made it very easy to use with the whole UI system and, kind of all the action steps and the decision trees. But I think that's really important that you start learning how to automate those different pieces, even if it's just, hey, buy something above a moving average, sell something below a moving average. Hopefully that helped out. All right, cool. Is your feed on YouTube not on here? Yep, I'm on here. I'm on here too. This is Facebook. Hey, what's up? This is Instagram. This is YouTube over here. Do you still mention, has there been any elites admitted into the beta program? Not yet. So we're just waiting on some of the patent stuff, which we got this week, because we don't want anyone scoping around in our code. And then also we were waiting on some of the compliance stuff from MTA, which is the mafia for data providing feed services. Yep. Everyone's like, I'm so anxious to get in. Been amazing demos, can't get ready to get in and start using it. When you have templates ready to go for option alpha, once we get in there, yeah, so we actually have a couple of guys who are starting to build some templates, myself included, but Steve's in here as well. Steve is the new bot doctor that we hired a couple of weeks ago. So I think Steve is in YouTube, I believe. So what's up, Steve? But yeah, he's building out a bunch of templates for you guys to start with, and then you can start to modify and share them with each other. So there's going to be thousands of you in there. I'm sure you'll get a lot of ideas on templates really quickly. All right, let me jump back over here. Will your trades be able to be copied by the auto trader? Well, you can't copy the trades, but you can clone the same strategies or templates that somebody uses. So like I will give all of my templates I'll make publicly available. And I'll share them into the group and into the channels so you guys can see them as well. Everyone's like, that's awesome. Really got into API stuff. Okay, cool. All right. Someone asked a question. This is an interesting one. What made you decide to offer this technology to the public rather than perhaps establishing your own hedge fund using a proprietary trading tool that gives you a competitive edge? I think that there's more profit potential in offering it to the public, frankly. Like, I think there's a bigger, win for everybody. And I think that everyone, frankly, needs this. I wish I would have had some of this technology myself when I started. But yeah, there's a lot of fun things about running a company and doing everything that we're doing here and building technology for people. I think it helps a lot more people to do it that way. Someone said, I'm a lifetime member. Where can I get the cool swag and the hat you're wearing? I don't know if you followed us on Instagram or some of the other channels, but we had our kids at the kitchen table the other day, and my nieces and nephews over just doing a bunch of boxes and stuff like that. So yeah, we're putting them together and we're starting to slowly drip them out. We've got a lot. My entire garage, our back patio is completely filled with pallets and pallets, and we're not even close to all the shipments that we've gotten. So, so all you guys will get those here. Stay tuned. Just purchase Elite, pretty new to options. Do you train on TOS setup? We do have a couple of video playlists that we can send you for sure on YouTube. They're actually right in YouTube. Can the bots trade spreads? Yep, they can definitely trade spreads, single leg options, stocks as well. Can you join for lifetime access? Is it still available? Yes, only for a couple days. Can you day trade? Yeah, you can day trade if you want to, if you have the ability to day trade. Alternatively, if you don't want to day trade and you want to avoid pattern day trading rules, you can set up the bots to do that as well. So you don't have to do that. You can actually set them up to do the alternative. Tyler said, joined on Thanksgiving. Thanks, man. Any new broker partners? Nothing yet. We're still going back and forth with Tastyworks. Yeah, we went back and forth with them this week. So now the ball's in our court, but we're reviewing it and then we'll go back to them. Question about the watch list will be available to be incorporated into Thinkorswim. So you can just type in your own watch list. You'll have your own watch list that you can customize inside of Option Alpha, and you can use that one. And you can use that for the trading that you do and kind of monitoring positions. But we can't bring in any watch lists from Thinkorswim. We just let you type in your own. Oh, this is a good question. We got a ton of questions on this, and then I'll jump over to Facebook and Instagram here real quick. But a lot of people have asked us, do you have a Black Friday promo? And the answer to this question is unequivocally no, because we're not discounting anything at all. We're just offering the lifetime membership. That's what it is. It's $2,500. We don't discount it. We don't give deals on it. We don't do any of that stuff. We just give it to you straight up. So we don't do any of that stuff. I think it's a much better way to go. And it frankly would have been terrible for all the people who signed up before then to offer an unfair discount to everyone else on Black Friday for that. Can you trade stocks and not options? Yep, you can do that too. You can trade stocks and not options if you want to. The paper trading looks super cool. Is it real-time data? Yes, it's real-time data. It's not delayed data for paper trading. Everything's going to be real-time data for it. All right, let me pop over here to Instagram and Facebook real quick. Do elite lifetime members get access to beta? Yes, they do. Also, will the new platform have any type of profit loss calculator through time? Yes, there's a bunch of ways that you can do that. You can calculate percentage of profit. You can calculate real fixed cost profit, or like fixed value profit. Like if my position has a profit of $200 and it's 10 days from expiration, close it, or whatever you want. You could do that too. Let me go back up here. There's a bunch of questions that let me see. Is there a list of indicators and events that you plan to launch? We do have some. If you want to shoot us an email, team at Option Alpha, we can give you that whole list. Even if you don't see anyone's on there, we can quickly add a bunch to the platform. As long as we have the data and we can calculate it or we can figure it out, we can add them. So a lot of people have requested a bunch of really weird, crazy ones, and that's fine. Add them to the wish list. We'll get the most popular ones up there. Can a bot put itself into sleep if it isn't checked on every so often, or if you only want it to work for 10 days and then pause? So you can set up the bot into schedules, Tim. So if you want to schedule the bot out and say like only trade every 10 days, or after 10 days of a position being open, do nothing, you can do that as well if you want to. Putting the bot automatically into pause, it doesn't do, because it's running automations and it assumes it's going to run through automations just like you would normally schedule it. So if you do want to avoid trading every day or every other day or whatever, if there's a position, then use the scheduling feature and schedule your automations to run whenever you want, and then you can come in and check on them. If I do something in the TOS app, will it show up in the Option Alpha account? Only if you initiate the trade inside of Option Alpha. So we can't pull trades in from TOS that you do and then start managing them. It's got to be initiated on Option Alpha. That's also why we give you the ability to manually trade on Option Alpha. So you can manually open a position, you can manually close a position, you can do a little bit of hybrid trading if you want to, but you got to have, it's all got to originate in Option Alpha. Does that help? Okay, cool. To confirm, there are 100 bots, 100 that can be used at one time, right? That is not, once a bot or strategy is used up a bit. Dumb question, by the way, it said, but made me wonder. Okay, so let me confirm this. Yeah, this is a good question. That's fine, and totally good question. So you get 100 bots with elite lifetime access, which means that you can have 100 bots trading, like either paper trading, live trading, a combination of those. You can build out a bunch of templates beyond that. So we haven't really set any like hard limits on the number of bots dormant or not on that you can have, but it'll probably be some limit somewhere just above 100. I think 100 is probably more than enough. You're going to go crazy if you do all 100, but if you wanted to, you could. Like I personally will probably do 15 to 20 bots live, and then I will do the other ones paper and just do a bunch of paper trading strategies, and the ones I like, I'll convert over to live. Does that help out? All right, cool. Let me go back up here. Where can I watch the demos if I missed it? Somebody said on YouTube. So the best place to watch the demo if you missed it, we are also doing a demo on Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's the last live demo that we're going to do. By the way, we are not recording that and sending it out because it takes about 2.5 hours for the recording to process, because the demos are usually 2.5, 3 hours anyway. So by the time it goes out, you probably won't have a chance to watch it. So if you do want to watch the last demo recording that we did, go to beta.optionalpha.com/replay. I think my team will add it in the comments and chat everywhere here. But again, beta.optionalpha.com/replay. Okay, I think we just got you back there, Instagram. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you did too. Have you made any agreements with brokers in Canada? We haven't. The best bet is still going to be Tastyworks. What does lifetime membership entail? So lifetime membership gets you lifetime access to elite level for life. No monthly or annual payments after that. That's it. That's the highest level we will offer. How soon will you be able to upgrade your bots to 1 minute or 5 minute charts? So for charting stuff, we'll use this intraday data anyway. But for charting purposes, it's definitely a feature on the roadmap. I don't know when we're going to get to it, to be totally honest. But it'll probably be part of the like bot power-ups or mega bots or whatever we call them. Is there a minimum requirement for day trading? Only if your broker has it. We don't overlay any requirements on anything, so it's only on your broker end. And that's what's so cool about it for us, because if we just push all that requirement stuff off to the broker. So like if your broker has requirements, we follow those. If you have a level 2 access, like when the trades go through, they'll have to be level 2 access, etc. Okay, cool. You got those. Can you guarantee admitting all lifetime members by 2/1/21? We will get everyone in by February 1st. All the lifetime members. Lifetime's been around for a long time. This is just a bonus on top of lifetime. So a lot of people have been lifetime members for 4 or 5 years, and we're not charging those original lifetime members for the new auto trading platform, even though they've been lifetime members forever. So I think that's a pretty fair deal to keep our promise and keep our word to that. Braxton said, sorry, I meant upgrading from the 15-minute to 1-minute checks. Yeah, that'll probably be closer to the February date there, just so that we get everyone in there and we see what the loads are, and then we start turning those on. But we don't want to turn those on right away, because I really want you guys to understand how they work and get familiar with them. But remember, you can also take any automation and create a button out of it. And then if you just want to run it, click it, you can test it, run it right there. You can also trade in between the 15-minute time periods for the automation. So the automations are just for running your decisions and doing your checks of positions, but you can still trade and run automations with the click of a button in between there if you want to. Does that make sense? All right, cool. Let me get to a bunch of questions in YouTube. Are you able to backtest your bots? You can do backtesting, but you can't backtest bots. For us, bots and backtesting are 2 separate services. So bots run on live data, are always forward walking, forward looking. You can forward trade, forward test, paper trade bots. You can then run a separate backtest inside of the backtesting side, but you can't backtest a bot. We'll have deeper connections with those 2 in the future. Can you set trailing stops? This is a highly requested feature. It'll be on the roadmap for us. It's not available quite yet, but we'll have it available in the near future. Somebody said, no, bots not boys. Yeah, I got it. I got you. Will it come to Tastyworks? I think so. I think it'll be there, but we don't have the official agreement yet. Just going to be totally honest with you. So we've been going back and forth with them. If you guys want to email them, please email them and say, hey, we definitely want that agreement, signed so that we can get Option Alpha, on board. Is there a commission that Option Alpha will be receiving for using the platform? No, we do not get a commission from you guys trading on the platform through any of our brokers. So if you make a bunch of trades, and if you trade a lot or trade a little, we don't get any kickbacks or like backdoor commission stuff from the brokers. So all of your trading activity is your trading activity. I could care less. If auto trading makes you trade more and you like it, great. If it makes you trade less and you like it, great. Whatever. Just if it makes it just auto trade exactly what you're doing, great. Any sentiment scoring or news scanner being added to the bot? Okay, so this is a really cool idea. And so I'll be totally honest with you. I think this is a really cool little topic, because what you guys don't see right now, and this will definitely be later next year. So I won't give any dates, right? I won't give any dates on this, but later next year, we will have the ability to start doing data integrations, maybe even sooner if we can get to, right? But data integrations are really cool where, let's say you want to, we talked to the guys at Stock Tweets, right? Like Stock Tweets has sentiment data that they have. So what if you could start using sentiment data on your bots to check sentiment data before making a trade, right? Now that would be like a third-party integration. And I don't know, maybe they give it to us for free. Maybe they charge you like $2 a month for it. I don't know what that's going to be. But if you have access to third-party data like that in the future, you'll definitely be able to plug it in and push information into the bots that they can check, right? And that's going to be really, really cool, I think. So stuff like that is going to be wicked, wicked awesome. Can I scale my account value on the paper trading version? Primary concerns, I'm a small account guy and I want to practice with limited capital. Yep, for sure. You can always, every bot has a defined capital allocation. So all you would do is you would just set the capital allocation you want for paper trading, just like you would normally do on your account. And then it would follow those instructions. So you can definitely practice with those smaller accounts. Okay. What is the difference between a copy and a clone? A clone is just what we call a clone, as basically like a copy. It's just cooler to call it a clone, I guess you could say. So everything that you do on the platform, you could clone your own bots, and then you can create clones from a template. So templates kind of save things and memorialize them as a fixed set of criteria that can't be edited. If you want to edit it, you edit a bot, then you resave it over the template. And then you can just create clones from that template. But cloning allows you to share things with other people if you want to, or share parts of strategies in the future with other people if you want to. Will you have full control over your position sizing? Yes. Oh, wait, that was Steve answering the question there. Thanks, Steve. Will the bots have an effectiveness rating? I don't know. That's a good idea. Throw it in there. Throw it in the wish list. And specifically what you would use to calculate your effectiveness rating. But they'll have a bunch of stats like profit factors, win rates, drawdowns, all that stuff like that. So you throw it there. No, we can set up bots for the lowest that we'll have available for trading is going to be 1 minute scans. If you want to do 1 minute scans, that's banana crazy. So if you want to go banana crazy, ludicrous mode on things, you can definitely do that. It's not going to be, I think that people are going to, 15 minutes is a lot, right? Because in between the 15-minute intervals, which is pretty fast right now anyway, in between the 15-minute intervals, you have things like smart pricing that are trying to fill trades and you're waiting for orders to fill, whatever. I mean, like 1 minute, you got to be doing some wicked cool stuff. And if you are, we'll support you. But I think that's fast enough. Yep. Are the bots going to be intelligent and self-learning, or will they only follow the templates provided? So they'll only follow the instructions you give it. So you give it instructions and you can branch out the instructions to a lot of if, then, and, or statements and a bunch of other different things. You can use bot events, like if something happens and it's an event, like something closed, and then you want to do something. There's going to be a lot that you can do, but they're not going to be learning as they go, like machine learning as they go. They're not going to be doing that. It's just going to be automating what you have. Yep. Is it only for TOS? Currently, TOS is the only integration that we have done, but we do have signed agreements with TradeStation, Tradier. We're working with Tastyworks. We don't have that officially signed yet, but we hope to in the near future. Yeah, we're talking about Tasty. Is there a Facebook group? No, because we have our whole community in there. So there's a whole massive community system in there, and you guys are going to want to use this. That's why we specifically built this, and we didn't do like a little Facebook group or Discord channel. You're going to want to use this because what's going to happen is you have the ability to share templates back and forth. You have the ability to chat back and forth. You have the ability to go back and forth and eventually share trades back and forth if you want to. Like, oh, here's the trade I did. Like, share the trade, right? Like with a friend or whatever. But that's why we built it in there. So it's just a lot easier to do it in one place. Is there a bot modification that can stay below the pattern day trading rules? Yes, that is actually a pretty easy one to put in. You just put a check right at the beginning of your bot that you built that you ask the bot, has the position been open for less than a day? And if it does, do nothing. and you just wait for the 1 day so that you can not pattern day trade and you can avoid skipping over that first day. So it's a really, really easy one. Will there be comprehensive tutorials for members? Of course. Of course. It's what I've been up since 3 a.m. every day this week working on, is building out the help center for you guys. So you guys have a ton of resources, and our whole team's been writing FAQs and content, etc. So you can go in there. Chris said, how profitable are the bot strategies? Well, just to be clear, these are not just our strategies. I think there's still some confusion over this. This is not just Kirk strategies or so-and-so strategies or whatever. This is an entire auto trading platform. So you build whatever strategies you want, and then you can share them if you want to. So it's not just, oh, you can only do these. You can do whatever you want there. Let me get over to a bunch of questions in Facebook here too. Can you have alerts, settings, and bots? If you could just be more specific, Elena, that'd be great. That's how I know. Josh said 15 minutes is faster than I am when I'm not glued to the screen. I agree. 15 minutes is wicked fast. You guys, it's going to go by so fast. It even does for us here too. What about interactive brokers or anything for the Canadian friends? I know we've gone over this. If you're in Canada, trust me, I want to win for you. I want to win for us and for you and for Canada. The best bet is probably going to be Tastyworks in the future, but they don't officially have Canada opened, and I don't want to speculate and say like when or if they would. So I don't know. Interactive brokers definitely will not be available right off the bat. I wish we could do interactive brokers. They are well aware of the issue that they have. It's a session collision issue that they have with their API, where they don't essentially allow us to connect our auto trading platform and you have the ability to log in at the same time. They're well aware of the issue. They refuse to fix it. I don't know what to say. You guys can all email them and message them, and that would be the best way to get them to move, essentially. But I mean, look, they're a big company, so it is what it is. John said, any ideas when the patent is going to go through? I have no idea. The patent office is essentially a black hole of we don't know when, but at least we're patent pending, so now we can release and we can get everything out. And no one can, people are going to have to chase us for this one, I can tell you that. Like every broker that's out there that obviously doesn't have this because we did an extensive search, they're going to have to chase us. When's the timeline for access? So we'll start rolling that out here soon. Again, like I said, the first couple groups are in here. We've been waiting on the patent stuff, which got through. We had some MTA, which is the Market Tape Association, the Mafia for Data for Tape, which that will be a new mission in life later down the road for me to take on that thing. But once we get all those compliance things in, we'll start letting those first groups in. Yep. We're going to get Option Alpha swag. If you're in the US, we're going to be sending you swag first, and then we'll start working our way towards other countries. Work all day, cannot really stop and look at live trades. Can the bots be totally automated? Yes. Robert, man, so glad you came in here because yes, 100%. Braxton said, how many accounts can we connect to our account? So your one Option Alpha account that you have can connect to any of the brokers that we would support with one integration for each. So you can have one connection to TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim. You can have one connection to TradeStation. You could have one connection to Tradier. And if that connection has multiple little sub-accounts under it, then you can trade under those sub-accounts, right? But it's just one login per broker. Does that make sense? So you can do all of them right at Option Alpha. You don't have to do a bunch of them there. All right, a lot of questions we already answered. Is setting a buy limit similar to what a bot can do? So what do you mean by that buy limit? Like limit how many, the quantity or the number of contracts? You can do both of those, by the way. You can also set up the bots to say like trade as many contracts as I can get for $500 of risk, right? All right, cool. I think there's, oh, thanks, James, man. James is like answering questions for everyone else. I appreciate it. Thanks, man. Automated ability to trade only stocks when they're on sale, as long as you define what on sale means. That's a tricky one for everyone, I think. But yeah, as long as you define what on sale means, then you can set up to do whatever you want. You can do it on a pullback. You can do it on a technical something. You can do whatever you want there. Yep. Okay, Pamela said, what historical options trading data do you have? Does backtesting apply prices from trades that occurred in particular minutes of the sessions? So to be clear on this, so we have data when available, I guess you could say. So some of the tickers that were not available all the way back to 2007, anything that was available all the way back to 2007, we have. If it wasn't available, until say like 2012, then we have all the data through 2012. all the data for backtesting right now is EOD, which is end of day, because it's really wicked expensive anyway for end of day. It's even more expensive and really terrible data for intraday data. So we'll continue to keep filling that out, but it's all EOD data, which still gives you a good frame of reference for sure. Can the bots do scalping? I mean, you define what scalping is, right? So like if you can program it in there and you're like, oh, I want to swing trade scalp this thing during the day, great, you can do that. Yep. Will the bots, will you be able to backtest bots later in the future? No, they'll always be separate. But what we want to do is we just want to build them up, you know, to be as, whoop, sorry, that was my father-in-law calling. We want to build them up to be as similar as they can together, but they are two separate services because the bots rely only on live data feeds. So they will be like separate areas of the site, but you'll have access to both. But we want to give you the ability to do a lot more like testing stuff on the backtester, like portfolio allocations, cross portfolio testing, where you can run like 5 backtests and then eventually collapse them together and say like, okay, now I want to do this global allocation testing. Or this global bot backtest or whatever the case is. So they will be separate that way. Yep. Can you hold the price for Canadians? No, I'm sorry, we can't. We have to move on because I don't know when Canada is going to be available, if it ever will be available. So I know a lot of people have asked this, like if I'm in Canada, can you hold the price? Can you say? I wish I could say yes, but like I have no clarity on that. It could never happen. So I don't want to hold it, because if I hold it for everyone in Canada, I would have to hold it for everyone else. What I do for one, I would have to do for everyone. So we're just going to make it pretty simple and fair that way. Is there a video that shows everything that's available for current Elite members? So if you jump into the platform, we did a little tour video that's right in there that you can see regardless. So it should be regardless of your membership. You just log in, go to tour, right from the main dashboard. You can check it out there. Is this the beginning of Skynet? You know, I put this in one of the demos before, but I was like, you know, the bots follow your own instructions, unlike Skynet. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think it's even close to, we're probably not even close to that. So the bots will follow your instructions, but they're not going to make their own subjective decisions. Yeah. Good question here. Will the success rates of clonable bot templates be shown? The answer to the question is no, because you can't effectively track the performance of a template. And the reason you can, if you just run a backtest with different portfolio allocations, would show you this, because different bots that are exactly the same strategy with different allocations could perform wildly different. So there's no perfect way and no way to effectively track that, but we have a lot of the Q&A and the commentary and upvoting and stuff like that. You can upvote, add a commentary, you know, say, hey, I've been running this template for 3 years. You look at the template and yes, it was active for 3 years or whatever the case is. That I think is how we, you know, kind of get a lot of that transparency out there. But I wish there was a way for us to say like, oh yeah, you could track all the trades that are associated to this bot, but it really isn't fair because one person allocates maybe stupidly 50% and blows up their account. Another person allocates 1%. How do you really choose what is what in that situation? Does that make sense? Yep. Can I trade crypto? No, crypto's not on the roadmap for us right now. Same thing with futures. So a lot of people have asked questions about futures. Futures would potentially be available in the future, no pun intended, if broker APIs actually allowed it. So most broker APIs don't even allow futures. So even if we wanted to and we said, hey, we want to do futures, most of the broker APIs don't. Yep. The price join jumps to 3,000 in December. No, December 1st, Monday night at midnight, it goes away forever. Lifetime goes away forever. So you can still get Elite access, but you would have to pay monthly moving forward after December 1st. Does that make sense? And so like annually, it would probably be $3,200. If we up the price, it'll be more than that, $4,000, $5,000 a year on average, but you'll never have access to lifetime again. Does that make sense? Can you use multiple brokerage accounts with a single membership? Yes, you can. By the way, if I answered some of these because I was bobbing back and forth, sorry, apologize. Will any of the Greeks be incorporated into the bots? Yes, you can test all the Greek stuff right in your bots for potential positions, for existing positions where you can make a judgment. Like, hey, if the delta of one leg is a 50 delta, or if the delta of the whole position is a 50 delta, like all legs included, then do something, right? Do something there. Can you estimate what the percentage of trades of all option trades are done by Option Alpha members? Probably pretty low, I would say. Maybe in the future it's going to be a lot higher. I would assume a lot higher, but probably pretty low. I mean, the options market's massive. When do you think TradeStation will come? It's just going to take a little bit of time to build out the API for them. So we just want to get everyone in there first, get everything working, and then we'll continue to focus on the API there. What parameters can you put into the scanner? A zillion. I mean, there's so many. There really is. Like, check out one of the demos. I use the analogy of like a deck of cards. Like, it's infinite combinations of things you can put in there. We've got a long list of recipes and criteria you can use, but if you don't see anything in there that you want to get added, just add it to the wish list. We'll continue to grant as many wishes as we can possibly grant. All right, question here from Free Trader, which is a good one. This is a good question. So Free Trader, which is the username, asked the question, is there any free trial period? So right now for Elite Lifetime Access, no free trial. Will we have a free trial in the future when we launch publicly on February 1st? Yes, we'll have a free trial then, but you won't be able to get lifetime access at that point. Does that make sense? How long did it take to build the software? How many engineers on the team? So we've got about 10 full-time people, lots of contractors. It took us about 5 years to build the software. So it's been in development for a long time because we had to build it from the ground up. We can use any outside data. We can use any outside coding. We wanted to do everything from the ground up so that we knew it scaled and we knew where everything was and it was totally secure. That takes time. And negotiations with Robinhood, please tweet at them if you want to. Send them a message right now, like tweet at them right now at Robinhood app or whatever their handle is, tag Option Alpha in it. They don't have a public API, so I would love to integrate with them. There's no way to connect to Robinhood right now. So I wish there was, but there wasn't. All right, let me get into some of the ones here on Facebook. How soon will you be able to do that? Okay, I think that was the last one there. How do you compete with Darcube? It seems to be another auto trading platform, but we do options. I don't believe they do options. Can the bots handle assignment? So assignment's going to be tricky for sure. So they do not handle assignment right now because we don't know what would need to happen afterwards, and you'd have to figure out what those sequence of steps are going to be in the future. It's going to be a tricky one that we're gonna have to work through and see. It's on our agenda, I guess you could say, to start to tackle it, but it doesn't handle assignment right now. But you could avoid, well, you couldn't avoid assignment. You can't officially ever avoid assignment, but you can say, hey, if it's 5 days before expiration, close the position. Or if the the delta value and the theta value are at certain levels or whatever, then close the position. So you can kind of do some calculations to see if you're close to getting assigned potentially. Can you program the bots to keep from entering multiple trades on the same stock if a position's already opened on it? Yes. And you can do it to program the bots to say, if I have a certain type of position or types of positions on a certain ticker symbol, stop the bot from entering positions or open a new position if I need to. Yep, you can. What happens if the bots are in the same template? Do they form duplicate templates? Nope, you can make multiple templates if you want to. So one bot can go into one template. You can override a template, resave a new one if you want to. You can do all that. That's an easy one. Can you pre-analyze opening positions as part of a bot, i.e. if I'm adding a spread A and the delta of the overall position, all positions for the symbol increases by X, then actually open spread A. Okay, so the cross portfolio analysis will be something that we'll probably have in the future. That's on our kind of agenda roadmap. Don't know when, but like referencing other bots and a bunch of other positions to analyze a portfolio of positions. Definitely something we want to do, just not available right away. Does that make sense? Just being clear with you. Everyone types in, it's so funny. So everyone, I do this too, by the way. So like I type out something and it autocorrects to boys versus bots. Apparently Siri doesn't know we do it. Somebody said, can the boys trade? And be like, yeah, the bots can trade. Can the boys enter and exit positions based on spacing of moving averages? So crossing will have available the different moving averages. Spacing, I know a lot of people have requested it, right? I guess you could say a handful of people have requested it. Add it to the wish list. We'll see if we can add it. Can you have some momentum indicators added? Yes. Someone said, what's your program? I'm new. Just go to beta.optionalpha. That would probably be the easiest way to go in here. All right, did that answer your question, Alex, on Facebook? And then Raul on Instagram. Let me go through here on YouTube here. Someone said option alpha course is extremely helpful. Thanks, Don. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. What about copying trading in futures? We don't do any futures. Wish we could. Is there any free trial period? Somebody asked that. Can the bot do index options such as SPX? So SPX, NDX are definitely on the roadmap. RUT is not right now. RUT is a separate, for whatever reason, the RUT data feed is separate and it's wicked expensive. So we're only doing SPX and NDX right now. We'll consider RUT in the future. Yep. Well, let's say these are fun. Okay, these are fun questions, right? So we said, let's say every trader in the universe starts using the platform. Wouldn't any edge you get become normalized, or would you say that there are other factors that dictate a trade's edge? Well, this is what I think is just naturally fascinating about trading in the future, is that edges that happen right now naturally get squeezed and compressed, and then they expand, and then they get squeezed and compressed, and then they expand. It's just like insurance markets. So if there's an edge in some way of trading or some product, and then it gets squeezed, another edge will develop someplace else. It happens all the time, and I think that's no different. I don't think us doing auto trading, because 95% of the market is already auto trading by institutions and hedge funds anyway, I don't think that is going to compress everything. All right, good question here. What additional fees are expected? So there are 3 things that we do not cover in your lifetime membership. I want to be totally clear on this. I have on every demo. I've talked about this on every single demo, and I want to talk about it here. So again, it's on record, because somebody is going to come back to me and say, "Oh, you never told me about all this stuff like that." There are 3 things we don't cover. 1, I don't cover any third-party data fees. So if you want to get some sweet, cool data system in the future, and you want to use that data to plug into your bots, and it costs you $1,000 a month to buy that data, of course I can't pay for that data, right? Because it's not something that we control. It's outside of Option Alpha. So that's not included. Second thing is, if we ever do events in the future and the world opens back up after COVID, which I desperately want to do, and I was hoping that we could do them this year, and then COVID happened, then that's not going to cover any event fees. By the way, we're not going to make money off of events. Whatever the cost of the event is for the hotel and the room or whatever we do, the venue, we're just going to split it up, and everyone's going to pay that for the people who come and help us cover the cost of the event. So that's number 2. Third thing is, when we do the bots and you want to go into ludicrous mode, where you want to do 1-minute scans on everything, and you want your bots to do like ridiculous, crazy stuff, like there's some other stuff like expand out the watch list of symbols that it's possibly trading or tracking or whatever. You want the bot to go into ludicrous mode, where it's doing 1-minute scans, super high frequency stuff. That is definitely going to be a power up, as we're calling it, to the bots. I'm just going through the questions here. That is going to be a power up to the bots, and the power up is going to be a couple bucks a month for the bot. And I think it's more than reasonable, because we're essentially have to spin up our own server for you, for you and your bot to do that. So if you think about it, if you have a bot, and if you haven't seen a demo and you know like how extensive some of these automations can get, you could have an automation that goes through so many different steps and so many different calculations, and to run it every minute requires a massive server load. So I'm not being shy about this. Like it's really expensive to do that. So to do that for everybody, there's no way we could possibly do that. That's why I said, if you want to do ludicrous mode for your bot, it'll be a couple bucks a month to do that. When I mean a couple bucks, I mean a couple bucks. I don't mean like hundreds or 20s or 30s of dollars. I mean like a couple dollars. And I think it's more than reasonable. Schwab. So Schwab is an interesting one. So obviously Schwab.td. Schwab is interesting because what they've said to everyone so far and publicly is that anybody who has a Schwab account will get access to TD. They just don't know when. So whenever they finish out the merger, whenever that is, then you get access to it. That's what they told us. All right, let me get some questions here. Someone said, thank God for COVID, gave me time to study all the courses. Someone said, do you guys trade for me? No, I'm not going to trade for you. You build your own trading strategies. All right, cool. Any bots capable of scanning using the Greeks? I think we did that. I don't know why these are duplicating over here. Oh, this is a good one. Can the bots be set up to identify things like pattern breakouts? No, because patterns are subjective. Sorry. I know that a lot of people think that they're not, but they really, really are subjective. So they can't do drawing of lines and patterns. No, but later in the future, by the way, and I think this will be a cool thing. Later in the future, if you want to, if there's a third-party data provider that sends a signal when there's a pattern breakout, and the signal is like buy stock, right? Then we could connect to that. That would be cool. Yep. Can you do backtesting on historical data? Yep, for sure. Somebody said, how will the updates be handled? Will there be a time when you can't use the service due to maintenance? So since everything's in the cloud, we'll do any updates that we need to do when the market's not on, and after hours, weekend, stuff like that. Yep, so that'll be pretty easy. Will this video be up again to watch later? Yes. Any collabs with Flow Algo in the near future? Nothing on our roadmap. So if you have an intro to them or if you know them, let us know. Yeah, Robinhood does have an API on GitHub. It's definitely not official. Nothing that we can connect to as a third party. They need a third party API, web API. Yep. Let me keep going here. I'm just going through here. Oh, this is a good one. Can upcoming dividends dates be used for short money positions to prevent the high likelihood of being assigned? Not yet, but dividend data, stuff like that is something that we're definitely considering throwing in there. We just have to get the reliable data for it. Ability to do 0 DTEs on SPX, the very rule-based strategy. You will have the ability to do it. It's not active right now, but we're building out SPX, and therefore you should have the ability to do that. Yep. Will oscillators be available? Yep, there's tons of different technicals that we have available. If you don't see one of the technicals in there, just let us know. Let us know, and we'll try to get it in there, okay? Yeah, haven't talked to John yet. A lot of people asking about the squeeze. I did send him an email, haven't heard back from him. So try to touch base with him again. It's not high on our radar for third-party integrations, but it'll be something we want to do. Mickey said I might have missed it. Do you say we'll work with Tastyworks? So we do not have the official signed agreement with Tastyworks. They send back a version to us. Our legal is reviewing it. And then we'll probably send back a version to them and go back and forth. This is what we do. We bounce back and forth with it. I'm pretty hopeful that we'll have an integration and an agreement signed, but we don't have it yet. Yep. If you're a Canadian, somebody said, do you sign up or just wait? Your call. Honestly, like I want to be totally honest with you guys and transparent. There is no clear roadmap for Canada yet. The best bet is going to be through Tastyworks. If they get Canada opened, which I think they will. I've heard that they're going to get it open by Q1, Q2 of next year, but that is not a definite. So I don't know. But is there a lot of stuff you can use like backtesting, and you can still paper trade bots and get alerts for those? Great. Great. Somebody said, would you be open to doing an interview with Jim Cramer on Mad Money, discuss the bots? Would love to. Love to talk about auto trading. Is there a risk that the bots will be impacted by system bugs introduced during internal change? If we do any of that, we'll do that in a production environment and then roll out the updates in after hours, right? In the after hours. Someone said, it seems like you're missing the piping data into your tools, developing a strategy, which is just quants. So we'll have that ability in the future to integrate and push data in through webhooks and stuff like that. It's just not the first thing that we're going to do. Does that make sense? So it's definitely on our roadmap for sure. Our guys even want it. Our developers even want it. So this is good. How does smart pricing work when you have moving bid-ask spreads? It recalculates and reanalyzes the spreads. So if the spreads are moving and calculating, then it just recycles through and just reevaluates the spreads when it goes through its next rotation. So it already does that. That's why it's smart. And I think, like I said, if you haven't seen what smart pricing does, you'll freak out, one, because you'll realize like you don't do it and you should be doing it on all of your trades. But then two, you'll never go back to using regular pricing, in my opinion. I don't think anybody will in the future. That was part of our patent too, is to get smart pricing in there. Mark said, is Option Alpha's intention to get bought by someone because of this technology? We have no intentions of getting bought right now. Like, we're not releasing this and being like, oh, we're going to email all the brokers and all these people and be like, oh, you should buy us out. We are well funded. We run a profit. We keep a lean ship here. I love doing this. I have no intentions of doing anything else. There's so much more that we could do. We're just at the tip of the iceberg. So if that ever were to happen, it would have to be in alignment 100% with where I want this platform to go personally for me to even consider it. All right, let me go back up here and get a bunch of questions. How about interactive brokers? No, we talked about that. So a bot can scan a max of 10 stocks and ETFs. We haven't set the limits yet for each bot for scanning number of tickers. You can plug in a bunch of tickers if you want to, but if you want to use like one of the watch list repeater features, we haven't set that limit yet just because I don't know where it's going to be when people go in there. People could go in there and only show a couple or do a zillion if you wanted to. I don't know where that limit's going to be, but there's going to be a limit on it. Probably be somewhere around 10. But again, you have 100 bots, 5, 10, somewhere there. Can you send an email for a bot as an action in the drag and drop? Like the email comes out as one of the actions. You could have notifications from a bot, if that's what you mean. Can you set bots just to email you a potential trade and then make the trade automatically versus making it automatically? So you could, you'll have the ability to set up notifications, Hans, where you can get notified by the bot, like, oh, it entered a position in paper mode, and then you could do with what you want to do there. Margin said, how are you? I'm great. How are you? Can you do Forex trades? No Forex trades, no binaries. Nope, just regular ETF options, regular equity ones. All right, cool. Let me get over here to bouncing back. Is this, by the way, is this really helpful? Got like a bunch of people on all the different platforms, but is this helpful? I know I'm bouncing back and forth. So if I'm not watching you, I'm watching you, I'm watching you, I'm watching you, watching all you guys. Does it make sense to use an account around $500 to trade a bot? If you are trading it with like 500 bucks, I think it totally makes sense to still automate it. It doesn't cost you anything extra to make the trades automated, right? I mean, like once you have the service, obviously, like it doesn't cost you anything extra to do it. So why not make it automated? Yep. Why not make it automated? With TOS strategies, can you buy now signal be integrated to the bot? What do you mean with the buy now one? Just give me more clarity on that. Can earnings reports data be factored into a bot? Yep. That's a cool one that we've done on the demos too before, Linda, where you say like, if a stock is announcing earnings in 10 days, do or don't do something. Or if a stock is announcing earnings in 20 days, do or don't do something. Yep. Can you practice before we launch? Once we launch publicly on February 1st, you can go in there and just create a bunch of bots, but you can't turn them on unless you have an account or do a trial starting February 1st. So we'll give everyone February 1st the ability to go in and try it and mess around with it and build out all your stuff, but you just can't ever turn them on and start using data unless you have a paid subscription, which again, just to be clear, like data costs money, costs a ton of money for MTA and all these market tape association stuff and SIBO and all these ones. So like we can't turn them on for free for anybody, but you can build them for free, which will be really easy to do. That make sense? Maybe still a question, but with the 15-minute updates, will it occur at 15 minutes after the open, or will it be at 7:30 on the dot for the first scan? So the first scan's in the morning. If you don't want it to do the first scan in the morning, set up your bots to run on events, and then just schedule the first one to run, and you can do it that way. So that way you can, essentially avoid that first scan if you want to. But if your criteria are met, might as well get an order in. That's what I think. Like if the market opens and you have all your criteria met for a position, might as well start the process of filling the order. Again, you can use smart pricing to back through into the bid-ask spread and do it that way if you want to. Can you backtest a wheel strategy? So don't have the ability to backtest a wheel strategy yet. We'll probably have that ability in the future to do combined backtesting at some point. Like I said, where you can backtest one strategy, another strategy, and then later combine them and run a portfolio backtest. You could do a version of the wheel strategy. You could definitely do weekly options. You can do that. Yep. Someone said, where can I apply to join the team? We'll be having some spots opening here soon. We just hired a couple people. We just hired a guy the other day. A new guy just joined the other day. I think we have 3 Steves now on the team. So now we're going to have to start actually 2 of the new guys that had started this past like 2 weeks are both Steves. So we're going to have to do, we're going to run this like, I guess, like a football team. We're just going to call them by their last names. It's too confusing now to call everyone by their Steves. All right, good. Man, I do not know if I'm going to get to all these questions. Just by the way, I'm working my way down the list as much as possible. Yes, it was helping out. Uber. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, this is a good question. I want to be clear on this one. This is going to be fun. Set that question. Have you ever thought of running a subscription service similar to Collective 2, where investors can subscribe to strategies trader by trader and bot by bot by performance and split the fees? We will 100% never do this. We're not going to do this. And the reason we're not going to do this is because I think that the goal for me in getting this out to everyone is to give everyone the ability to do it, not to then partition other sections of auto trading for like, oh, if you want to trade this like super custom bot, you got to pay $22 a month to do it. Like, I know, like, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think like as a company, we can make more money doing that, but we're choosing not to do that because I think giving people the ability to do anything they want and then just openly sharing their bots if they want to share with people, I think is a much better approach. Much easier. Does that make sense? Someone said watching from the gym. Nice. Someone said watching from the gym. Nice. Got to get back to the gym. Yeah. So success rates of bots and stuff like that. So he was like, I think about how we show our success rate even more so than that. So here's what you'll have the ability to do. And this capability is not fully functional on the website yet, but we have the backend for it. So one of the things that we're releasing is called the journal. So the question here was, by the way, I know I'm like reading these questions to myself, but somebody's like, can we show success rates of bots or positions that we're doing? You can't show those on templates, right? So like if you share a template, you're just sharing the core strategy with somebody, you're like offloading it to them. But in your profile, if you want to start to share, and like I said, this is not fully out there functional yet because we haven't released the journal, but the journal is a software that tracks positions, does all the analyzing of positions, et cetera. So once that goes out, you'll have the ability to then say, yes, I want to share everything that I've done from this date moving forward or that date moving forward. And then you can share it. So if people can go in and say like, oh, Kirk did this or X and so did that. Does that make sense? That's what's going to be. And then you can see all the bots that you're running and like what performance of those bots are. But when you share a template, because of compliance and like security, it strips all of your data down so that it's just the core strategy that gets delivered, if that makes sense. Will the team be able to see your account data? We can see your bots that are running if we need to go in there and kind of like bug it out, but we don't have any ability to make trades or anything like that. So we can see all that, but we don't have like, it's an OAuth connection to your broker account. So it's just like a standard security connection. So we don't have direct access to your account on like TD Ameritrade or Robin or TradeStation or wherever. It's just whatever data flows in on trades and bots that you build on Option Alpha. Someone said I'll call my bot employee #1. I gave away a bunch of swag last time on the demo, and we'll do it again this week on Monday for best bot names that are on there. What's the cutoff time? Cutoff time for joining Elite Lifetime is 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday. 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday. Yeah, the buy now thing, I think it refers to TTM. I think you're right. I think the buy now, someone had a question like, oh, can I do the buy now signal from a TOS script? That would be like a third-party integration, which we'll have available in the future, the ability to do third-party integrations like this and script and webhooks in, but it's just not going to be on our roadmap initially. That make sense? Someone asked a question, can I guess? I guess you can assign an initial budget to a bot, check its balance at any point in the time frame, and know the bot's performance by looking at this balance over time? Yes, you can. Yep, you can do that right away. And then if you want to, you can increase, decrease the balance, change the allocations if you want to. Josh, are there any chance you'll be hiring new grads anytime now in the future? Right now, no. I mean, we're not like, I don't care about graduation status for anybody. So it doesn't make a difference to me. It's just like, do you have the experience to do what we need at the time? And are we, I think there's going to be a lot of spots available. So I don't care about any of that. All right, let me jump over here to Facebook. Is this helping out, guys? Late to the video, can you set up bots just to email? Okay, we got that one. That's good. Looks awesome. Totally see the benefits. My account's small right now. The fee's big. And look, if it's not for you, don't sign up. I mean, just going to be honest with you. If it's not for you, don't sign up. If it's too much of a struggle, too much of a hassle, like financial burden, please don't do it. Like, that's not what we're doing. Do all elite members get swag? C. Correct. So freaking excited for this, someone said. Hope you're having a great day. Yes, I'm having a great day too. So this is like Facebook for trading options. I don't know if I would call it Facebook for trading options, but like sharing and following, yeah, like it should be a little bit of a community aspect to it, but maybe like without the marketplace. Like there's going to be no marketplace for bots. So that would be the different thing there. Derek said, where are you headquarters? Officially, Miami in Florida is where the company is based out of. We got some guys that are in Florida. I'm in Pennsylvania. We've got teams in Maryland and California now with Steve joining back on, Colorado and Tennessee, I think Kentucky, missing some of those. Oh, this is a good one too. Yeah. So we didn't get affected by this last week or this week, obviously. Will you be able to handle cloud outages like Amazon East that was down and the platform be down? Since we run on Amazon, which is still the most secure, most reliable, we're still susceptible to any of those outages just like anybody else would be. Of course, that's the trade-off of doing automation. You have a little bit of risk involved in having a computer and a program set it up just to like tackle this one head on. But, and I think I've got to use the right word, statefulness. And Rob, let me know if this is the right word. Statefulness is what the platform is, so that if it does go down or whatever, Amazon goes down and it comes back up and it rechecks everything and kind of gets back to square one essentially. So it kind of like catches up to where it needs to be. Yep. All right, question here from Maurice. Can you briefly explain how a bot connects to your active account with thinkorswim? What are the steps? Do you have to connect to customer service, provide authorization? So it's an OAuth connection. So inside of your Option Alpha account, you'll click a button to integrate. You'll be taken over to thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade. You'll have to sign their documents, click the connect, consent agreement, make the OAuth connection, then you're done and you're good to go. So you don't have to sign any paperwork. It's just web forms that you fill out. You have to back up over there. You have to jump over to their site and then you got to sign theirs and come back to ours. Yep. Any hotspots for backups? I'm sure the team has backups and redundancy on this, but I don't know the specifics on it. I can check for you though, for sure. I'm out of town this week. When will we have access? You'll get an email when it's your turn. So when we start rolling out those access, and again, it's totally random. It could be in the first group or not. It just depends, but you'll get an email when it's ready to go for you. Do you have any job postings on Facebook? Should I keep an eye out? Just be on our email list. That's where we honestly find a lot of people, like a lot of the team members who have been in here, like all the Steves and Mike and Larry and all these guys, they've all been members of Option Alpha. So that's the first place I look for sure. What kind of qualifications? Okay, we're not going to talk about the job stuff because we'll do that later. Someone says, is this like buying passive income forever? No, you still have to manage it. You shouldn't not manage it, right? That makes sense? Okay, good. Would Wells Fargo trading ever be part of this? I highly doubt it because I don't think they have. It's like running Windows 95 over there probably to do that. Okay, any questions? Any other questions here? I think we've actually tackled quite a lot of questions in this. So get your last minute questions in here. I'm going to pop out in a second. By the way, a couple other quick reminders. Again, by the way, how many people are Elite Lifetime members? If you are, just let me know in the comments real quick. I'd like to know. Can the bots trade any ticker? With an asterisk, yes, because there are some things that we limit, John. So like we limit a bunch of like stocks with low liquidity and stocks under, a lot of stocks under $5. But yeah, like, I mean, if there's something that you see and you're like, I desperately want to trade this, let me know. And like, we'll get it added to the list. Can you be an Elite member after the deadline? Yes, but it will be only for monthly sign up and only starting February 1st. Yep, only starting February 1st. Can it trade a confluence of different things? Candlestick patterns, no. Support and resistance, yes, as long as you define them. Moving averages, technicals, yes. So you can do a confluence of things where you say like this plus and this and this and this and this and this. Yep. So as long as you define those support and resistance levels, then you're good to go. But like we can't arbitrarily pick the support and resistance levels for you. Does that sound fair? All right, cool. Tobin, what's up? Steve, what's up? Palvo, yeah, yes. Doug, I know you are. Nice, awesome, good. Yo, lifetime member here. Elite, lifetime member, sweet. There it is. member. Eric, appreciate you doing this. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Can't wait for this to roll out. Gets me out of my day job. Lifetime member, lifetime member. Okay, good. How would I define support and resistance? Whatever levels you want. You can actually plug those in if you want to. But yeah, I don't know. Like if somebody wants to put support and resistance levels in, they could put like a stock above this, below this, whatever. Yep. Can you run down the timing info one more time? Yes. Okay, let me run this down really quickly and then we'll wrap it up. So first of all, thank you guys so much for being here. You have to join Elite Lifetime Membership by Monday night, 11:59 p.m. So as soon as we cross over from Monday into Tuesday, that's when it ends. No exceptions for anybody. Please don't wait till the end. That's what everyone did last time. We had people like chatting with us, like running back and forth to their car, and it was nuts. It was crazy. We're like, they were like, you know, just wait. Like I'm running to my car. I'm like, well, you should have ran to your car earlier. So please don't wait. You can do the couple payment options. If you don't see the payment options linked in one of these videos, because I think I put on Facebook, I think I put on YouTube, it's elite or optionalpha.com/lifetime/2pay or 3pay or 4pay. So that's whatever, or just shoot an email. We'll get you those links. Team at Option Alpha, if you have any other follow-up questions, please let us know. Team at Option Alpha, if you have any other follow-up questions. What other things am I missing? We're doing one more demo on Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time. You can sign up by going to optionalpha.com/demo. If you want to, that would be the best place to go there. We are not recording this Monday's demo because by the time we do the demo, which will probably be 2.5 to 3 hours, and then the video processes, which takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours, then it's going to be too late for you to even watch it by the time of the deadline. So you can still watch the old replay. beta.optionalpha.com/replay is the current replay. It's up, available right now. You don't have to join the demo. We're not requiring you to join the demo. I'm just letting you know we're not going to record it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I have in here. Yeah. So yeah, you can split up the payment into 4 payments if you want to, 4 payments, 2 payments, 1 payment, whatever. Obviously, like you're making a commitment to us, like you're going to make the payments, right? Like that's why we give you the ability to do that. I think that makes sense. It doesn't increase, change the price or whatever. Like we don't charge more for doing the payments. We just split it up for you. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for joining in here. I hope this was really helpful. Thank you to my team, Mike, Larry, Steve, Rocco, so much for joining in here and kind of hitting us on all the different platforms. We still got some people in here that are like, yeah, I'm elite. Awesome, sweet, awesome, great. So glad to have you guys in here. If you guys have any other questions and I didn't get to them right now, please shoot us an email, team@optionalpha. That is the best place to get these questions answered for us right now. Keeps it in one place for us. Allows us to get you the right answers and get you over those links. We're all hands on deck for you guys this weekend and for the next couple of days just to get you in here and make sure that you guys get all your questions answered. And again, let us know what feedback you have, what things you want to suggest. Optionalpha.com/wishlist is where everyone is putting their suggestions and their ideas. We've been going through and we've been essentially granting a lot of wishes where people say, I wish that the bots could do this. And lo and behold, they already do that. So we grant that wish, right? But if it's something that is new, upvote some stuff that you want to see or that you use. Give us specific details if you can. That is the best feedback that you can give us. Don't just say, I wish I could do this thing. Like tell us exactly how you would use it. That would really help out so much. So thank you guys so much for joining in here. Really appreciate it. Thank you on Instagram. Thank you on Facebook. And thank you on YouTube. Really appreciate it. Have a great, wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.